Okay, so welcome everyone to Voices of Integrity with Legacy Partners. You know, I'm thinking, I'm sure you all did your passion circle from the last training and, got all that done. And then you're sharing it with other people. I'm sure you did that because, you like to follow direction and you're good at it. So the next thing that we're going to look at today is we're going to look at the secret about time. And so the secret about time, as Albert Einstein said, you can never solve a problem on the level it was created. But what does that mean? It means that we create our own problems based on how we think. And so the only way to solve a problem is to jump to a new dimension, a higher dimension. You'll learn about that in the future, but that's what it is. And so don't ever say, ever say, I don't have enough time. Don't ever say it's a lie. You're lying. Your brain, don't say I'm really busy. Don't say I've got a lot of stuff going on. Don't say that because your brain actually believes it. So how do you have 9 businesses? How do you have 7 kids, 10 grandkids? How do you go ahead and have all the causes? How do you go ahead and write all the books? How do you do all the things that you do and still have an extra 20 to 30 hours? It's based on how I think. So the 30-day challenge will help you to go ahead and think differently about time, but it's not just about time. It's not just about time that you're going to think differently. You'll think differently about everything, like everything. And so the internalization is important. How do you internalize things? So I told, in writing or doing a course, creating a course, great course. You guys ought to go through it. It's leverage the magical arts of positive motivation and manipulation, positive motivation manipulation. And so went through it with Tom Coons and Peter Miles. And I don't know, about halfway through, 3/4 way through, I'm like, come to one of the things. And I say, I'm like, oh, and Tom's like, what's going on? I said, I'm so frustrated. He says, what are you frustrated at? I said, people say they know, like they understand. Like I share something with them and they say, oh, I understand what you're saying. It's like, no, no, you don't. You don't understand, but they think they do. And I can't say, you don't. You don't understand. I mean, you understand a little bitty, itty, tiny bit, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, how do you get people to understand? Like, why aren't people understanding? And he laughed and he said, oh, that's easy. They're not internalizing what you're saying. And I'm like, holy cow, he's right. Like, the guy's a freaking genius. Like, wow. Wow. And so I'm like all excited because he's got the answer. And I'm like, so Tom, how do you get people to how do you help people, internalize? He's like, oh, I don't know that. Like, really? But that happens a lot to me. So I just have to figure it out. So I just have to figure it out. And so in the mind models here, there's a bunch of really important things. You might want to take a look at it. And so on internalization, you're unclear and then you gain clarity. What's really bad for people is not that they're unclear. The thing that's really bad is they think they're smart when they're really not. They think they're important when they're really not. They think that they got it figured out when they really don't. They don't have humility. And so how do you go ahead and how do you do that? First is you get humility. But this is the model. It's absolutely crazy cool model. So I go to sleep at night and I wake up the next morning, get out of bed, and all of a sudden this model's like in my brain. I mean, I don't even go downstairs. I grab, a piece of paper by the bed and a pen, and I just start writing this thing down. And I go, and so you ask questions, and that creates an awakening. If you're a guy, if you're a young guy, especially, and you want to ever get married to that amazing woman that you want to have in your mind's eye, you say, man, I want that amazing woman. She wants to be awakened. I'm just telling you. Or you can do an awakening. When you have an awakening, it generates questions. When you have questions, it generates an awakening. That helps you to understand how to listen better and connects back into your why. Oh, my gracious. You mean the life vision? You mean the past? Yeah. You mean that's really important? It really is important. Like if you don't do that, I realize, you know what? You're not that serious. You're not a player. You're not serious about life. You're not serious about what you say you want to do. That's another one. Maybe that'll be the next one about want. Anyways, that helps you to see and give new insights. When you get see and you have new insights, it purifies your intentions. What you realize is you're not that caring, you're not that smart, you're not that amazing of the person. Maybe your parents told you, like Patrick Ryan did, like his mom told him he was really smart. He realized at 20 he wasn't. And that helps you to go ahead and radically think differently. Think radically differently. That gives you additional leverage, which gives you new capabilities. It helps you to go ahead and internalize things. How do you know when you internalize things, you actually change? Like, and then you do. And when you do something, you're actually doing something. You're not talking about it, theorizing, pontificating. Didn't have this last piece. It was open. And I go to the thing and I say, the next morning, I'm going to meet with them. I'm saying, I got this great thing, but this thing's empty right here. There's nothing here. And I'm like, I can't figure it out. And Peter Miles, past board member of BMW, guys, he's like, oh, it's failure. I'm like, that's it. He's right. Like the only piece of the model I didn't have, he gave it to me there as a gift. And he said, it's failure. So you go through all of this stuff here and you get it. What do you get? You get that life is hard and you're going to work really hard. And then you're going to come back around and it's not going to work. Like, this is not brain surgery. It's not rocket science, but it's hard. It's hard work. So hopefully this has been helpful, and you better keep up. Like, these are not like you better keep up. Like, these are short sessions. Like, these things took decades to figure out, and then even longer to figure out how to communicate it in a tight fashion and being able to go through it. So what should you do? You should go ahead and talk to your mentor, your art mentor, and you should say, I want to go through the 30-day challenge. You don't need an explanation. You don't need to be sold. You just need to do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, do it with a great ad. This is not brain surgery. Somebody went ahead of you. You want to go ahead and tap into all the success that they had? Then listen to them and do what you're told, when you're told, how you're told, do it with a great attitude. It's really simple. You do that, and it will change your life forever. Hopefully this has been helpful. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.